Welcome, folks. Post-game, Game 7 in the books. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on to the second round of the NBA playoffs for the first time since 2018. A day to remember. A wild 15 days between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic, separated by one game in the regular season standings, obviously separated by one game in the first-round series with a 4-3 finish. The home team with 6-0 coming into tonight, and the last time that happened, the Phoenix Suns got destroyed by the Dallas Mavericks. Remember, Chris Paul hits huge three to cut deficit to 42. The Cavs were down by 18 points in this game. They looked lost. They looked dead in the water. We were going to be going home early, it looked like, and it was not looking so pretty. It was a wonderful game. This is a wonderful day. I could not sit down, could not sit still, could not get up from where I was, just standing and pacing and genuinely pumped up, fired up, excited that the Cleveland Cavaliers have just done something that without LeBron James on the roster has not happened in 30 years. They have punched their ticket to the second round of the NBA playoffs. This is special. This is a very, very special day for the Cavs. Now, the sad thing is, the only sad thing, there's only one piece of sad news from today. We won't hear John Michael, Brad Daugherty, Austin Carr, Serena Winters again. I believe there's going to be some pre- and post coverage we'll still get to be a part of. The good news is on that front, we still get Tim Alcorn on radio the rest of the way. The Cavs have several TNT games coming up in the next week. Now, this series could be fast. There's no more 3 or 4 days off between games anywhere. They're going to be playing Boston every 2 days. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday are the first 4 games. It's going to be fast. We're going to enjoy tomorrow and then get ready for Tuesday because my, oh my, is this going to be fun, folks. Well, let's recap what we just witnessed. Today's game had it all. And no jokes about names, no Cole Anthony. He actually really stepped up in the series, did Cole Anthony. Very impressed by his overall play. Orlando lost today because Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner shot a... Actually, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs combined to shoot 13 of 56. That is under 25%. Paolo was 10 for 28. Franz was 1 for 15. And Jalen Suggs was 2 for 13. And Darius Garland, who shot 3 for 13, hit 2 baskets and 5 free throws, scoring 11 points in the fourth quarter. Yes, he was not at his best by any stretch. He was almost unplayable for the first 3 quarters and in foul trouble at that. But Darius rose to the occasion. Donovan Mitchell started the day 2 of 11 from the field. He would hit 9 of his next 16, hit 15 of 17 from the line. The Cavs finally got a friendly whistle today, and they shot 30 for 36 from the foul line. And they only went 7 deep in the second half. You got 2 minutes of Tristan and a whole lot of Karras. Donovan, 45 minutes. Evan Mobley, 41 minutes. And how about Evan Mobley? I don't care about the turnovers. I really don't care about Evan Mobley's turnovers because what are you supposed to do when you're a power forward now starting at center? He had 11 points, 16 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, and 5 blocked shots. It was Evan Mobley's job to be the man in the middle, to be the rim protector, to be the guiding light that denies Orlando's hopes and dreams on the defensive end while being a viable post option on the other side. You get me 5 offensive rebounds and 5 blocked shots. I don't care what the other numbers are. We won the game, and he did that. Can we talk about Isaac Okoro for a minute? 33 minutes, plus 24 net rating. He did not have a great series coming into the night. He was unplayable at times when his shot wasn't dropping. He was getting to the basket. He hit a pair of free throws during the late third quarter surge when the Cavs were getting hot. And his defense on Paolo Banchero is the stuff of a defensive player of the year. Evan Mobley knows about that, being a finalist for the award last season. So give him all of his props. And how about Max Strus? 3 fouls in the first half, 0 points. Got a lot of people calling to trade him, do this, rebuild that. It's 3 threes in the third quarter, scores 11 in all, has the cap-off game-finishing dunk at the end of the fourth quarter, and he finished as a plus 10. And Caris LeVert, we didn't know where he was. We had no idea where he was. There was an APB out for Caris LeVert after the first 6 games of the series. Caris, where are you? Caris, are you playing? Who is this guy that's not Caris wearing number 3? In game 7, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, added a block and a steal, hit 5 of 7 at the line, gave you 30 minutes off the bench. This is what you envisioned for Caris when you traded for him a couple of years ago. He started the games in the first round last year when Okoro was struggling because they didn't have another option. Being able to bring him off the bench and give him starter minutes when he's playing well gives you a 6th starter. And can we bear in mind that the Cavs did this without Jarrett Allen? They went 2-1 against the big physical defensive juggernaut. They went 2-1, both home wins, with Jarrett Allen not there. They won 2 games without Jarrett Allen. We didn't know if that was going to be possible in the regular season. You certainly, if this was last year and Jarrett wasn't there, we'd get clobbered again. Now, give credit to Orlando. They held home court. Orlando was 29-12 at home in the regular season. So if you had playoffs, they finished 32-12 on their home court. They're a tough bunch to beat near Disney. They couldn't win on the road, though. They could not win on the road. The Magic in the regular season, 18-23 on the road. In the playoffs, 0-4. Could not tell you the last playoff series that had the home team winning each and every game. But here today, we do have another one. This is a monumental day, folks, for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell helping the Cavs to advance to round 2. Did not happen last year, as I just mentioned. They didn't do that. They struggled. They weren't good enough. And look, 3 players that were in the game today were not here last year, and they made a massive difference. Max Strus, Sam Merrill, and Tristan Thompson. All good with the choice to not play Marcus Morris after the first quarter. This was not the series for Georges Niang. You didn't have Dean Wade available, who certainly could have made a defensive impact, giving you more size and spacing and shooting. But Sam Merrill, in the second quarter, knocked in a couple of threes and free throws, +6 in his 11 minutes. +6, he's +6. The Cavs are down by as many as 18 points in the first half. When you play a guy for 11 minutes off the bench that has not made an impact in the series, we've been clamoring for him to get on the court. For him to go +6 in 11 minutes as an undersized guard who has at times struggled on defense, he took a charge. He hit 2 threes. He hit 2 free throws. Sam Merrill stepped up, stepped in, and did his job. And he did it beautifully. Tristan Thompson only played 7 minutes. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. He rejected Mo Wagner beginning of the second quarter. Did a nice job of drawing a foul on the other side. He only took 1 shot, which was a miss, a tip-in try. But he got offensive rebounds. He had a positive net rating. Marcus Morris, it is what it is. Georges Niang, it is what it is. Darius Garland mentioned wasn't at his best, and yet he came through in the fourth quarter. The Cleveland Cavaliers did not win a road game, so that's a little troubling coming into round 2 where they're going to have to win games in Boston. Now, for the record, the Celtics in the regular season went 64-18. 37-4 at home, although they did lose a game to Miami there. 27-14 on the road. This is a mighty, mighty team with title aspirations again. The Cavs are not expected to advance to the conference finals. There's no chance that anybody anywhere is saying, yeah, we like the Cavs to win this series. So you know what? Use that to your advantage. Unfortunately, you don't get much rest time. You're going to be traveling right after this to go to Boston. But let's see what happens, man. The Cavaliers did it. Paolo had himself a series for the ages, and I'll give him a lot of credit. We can talk about the refs all we want, but the way Game 7 was officiated ended up working out. Because for all the calls that went against the Cavs, when the game started to get gritty in that third quarter, when they were trying to pull away a little bit, they were getting to the line, they were matching the physicality, and they were playing to Orlando's level. This is a special day, folks, to be a fan of the Cleveland Cavaliers. They finally did it. They finally finished the series. And you know what? I'm kind of excited for this next round. Knicks Twitter, definitely not my favorite. And I speak for many people. The Knicks fans are insanely obnoxious. Yes, they won the series, but man, it was an insufferable experience, all things considered. There's some good ones. You meet people in real life, everyone's cool. But you go online and you look at the Knicks, man, oh man. There's a lot there. Good luck to them against Indiana. I'll add that. It's going to be a fun series. Orlando fans were cool. Honestly, I hope this team has success. It would be cool to see them maybe advance next year. Of course, not at the cost of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And it's tough as a basketball fan. We're all Cavs fans first. I'm a Cavs fan first as a viewer. I'll watch any game with a neutral opinion if it's not Cleveland. Any game down the middle. I've seen Orlando play in person several times with this core and enjoyed it. But they're playing the Cavs, and they're starting to get chippy, and they're getting physical, and you're going to change your opinion a little bit. If it's happening to your team, and they stand in the way of your team having success in that moment, you don't want it for them in that time. But Jamal Mosley coached in a very impressive series. They did a nice job of making adjustments as needed. You know, honestly speaking, if they had a fully healthy and confident Markelle Fultz, maybe things were different. If Joe Ingles could give them a little more, maybe things would have been different. If Jalen Suggs and Paolo and Franz didn't shoot 13 out of 53, maybe it's different, but it's not. Orlando's going home, but they've got their future ready. Maybe they make a splash again in the offseason. Maybe they try and bring in a big name. So all the guys that started for them, Gary Harris carries the most experience going to the conference finals with Denver in the bowl, but he struggled to make an offensive impact the entire series. Jonathan Isaac, 18 minutes. Maybe you wanted to play him a little more, get him more shots. He only took 2 attempts. You know, he had the dunk, and he took a 3. I think that was it. Markelle, 4 of 6, 8 points, minus 13, though. Orlando's only players with a positive net rating, Cole Anthony and Joe Ingles. I'm also going to say I'm surprised that Mo Wagner only got 11 minutes. I don't think anyone in Cleveland fancies Mo Wagner in any way, shape, or form at this point as a basketball player, but obviously brought the grit, brought the toughness. Why is he only getting 11 minutes? Wendell gives you more size. 13 and 7, 3 steals, played well. But maybe you wanted more of Mo Wagner. I'm very curious about the rotations. I wonder what Magic fans think about that. But up next is Boston. Kristaps and Jarrett Allen may both be out to begin the series, so it's going to be one big for each. There is no such thing as an easy guard on that team. They have a perfect starting lineup, whether or not Kristaps plays. Horford, Tatum, Brown, Drew Holiday, Derek White. You have 4 guys that have been all-stars and one that many think should have been one this year, Derek White. Off the bench, they have Sam Hauser, who gives Sam Merrill a run for his money as the best shooting Sam on the planet. You got Peyton Pritchard, who got immensely better this season. And then you got 7'3" Cavs alum and LeBron James childhood superfan Luke Cornett. And if you add Kristaps back into the lineup, you still have 4 all-star starters, a 5th all-star coming off the bench, or 6th, I should say, in Al Horford. So it's going to be tough. At least Lamar Stevens isn't on that bench anymore, so there's no need to worry about that. But folks, fans, Donovan Mitchell went explosive. He went nuclear. Donovan Mitchell went nuclear over the last 2 games to help push the Cleveland Cavaliers to the second round of the playoffs without LeBron James on the roster for the first time since 1993. This is where we sign off. We'll see about post games over the course of the next round. It's been an absolute pleasure recording across the Cavs this season. A blast to get one more post-game excited celebration reaction in. This has been fantastic to everyone that's tuned in, whether live or offline. Thank you. Cleveland Cavaliers, baby. We're going around 2. The party continues. Muffins for everybody. And we will see you in Boston Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. This is Across the Cavs. I'm Zach Weiss. Peace.